What are you going to do when you get the success that you're after? It's a big question because I think many people view success like a dog chasing a car. Dog doesn't even know what it's going to do even if it catches the car. Same thing with a lot of people looking at what success they want. They think they want these big things. They want to get $1 million. They want to build this massive business. They want to start getting more clients. They want to start making more sales. But the question is what's life going to look like then? If you achieved your goals, what does that look like? Let's look 1 year from right now. Whenever you're watching this video, look on the calendar 365 days from right now. And tell me, how is life different from what you're seeing right now this moment? If you did everything perfectly, you set up a goal, you set up your plan, you took action every single day, getting just a little bit better, and everything went perfectly according to plan. What does your life look like right now? Right? It's been a year and you've done it all. What's different? See, for most people, they can't even imagine what life would look like 3 months from now if they did everything perfectly. They see everything as happening just the exact same way it's happening right now, which if you start thinking that way and you see a year from now being exactly the same way it is right now, your mind starts focusing on that exact thing and it starts leading you in that direction. It becomes magnetic because whatever you're holding in your mind, whatever you think things are going to be like, your mind is actually going to direct you to get it. Pretty crazy, huh? Your mind becomes a goal-seeking device. So if you can't start imagining a better life and truly imagining what life will be like 1 year from now, even 90 days from now, which is exactly one of the things we want to do with this program, is start picturing what life looks like. How is it different? Do you have a different schedule that you're able to adhere to? Do you have different hobbies that you've taken on because you're making more money? How do you start dealing with customers and really promoting yourself and keeping them loving your service and coming back for more? How are your relationships 1 year from now because you've been improving on yourself and getting just a little bit better in those areas every single day? What does your health look like? Are you lifting weights routinely? Are you out there exercising? Are you eating better? When you can start imagining with clarity what life is going to look like a year from now, you can start seeing what new goals you want to start planning for yourself so you can be there. Because when you can't think of what life is going to be like, then life is just going to turn out the same. Because we're just going to keep doing the same things over and over again because that's what we already know. We're seeking the rewards that we already know we can get rather than visualizing, rather than seeing what life could be like and deciding that's where we want to be. That's where we want to go. Those are the steps we need to take. It's in our imagination and viewing things in the future that we can determine this is what I would do if I was successful. Because think about it this way. For everybody that wins the lottery, only a small percentage of people actually manage to keep the money. Why is that? Well, you see, a lot of people don't have that kind of money. So when they instantly come into a large sum of cash, what's the first thing they think of doing? Spending it all, right? They start buying all of the things that they could never afford before. They start giving money as gifts, as lavish gifts to all sorts of different people, buying them things that nobody would ever buy for them before. And all of a sudden, they find themselves flat broke. And they're broke because they were doing all of the exact same things that they would do right now if they had a little bit of money. See, the things that you do right now in a small capacity are the way you're going to do them when you have a large capacity. So if you have trouble with money right now and you have trouble keeping it, you're going to have just as much trouble with a larger amount of money. See, it doesn't matter if you're making 20 grand a year and spending 19, or you're making $1 million a year and spending 999,000, right? Uh, the way that you do one thing right now is going to be how you're doing things in the future. But this is why we want to look toward the future and say, what do you want life to look like? How would life be different for you than it is right now? And those different things are going to show you where do you need to correct things just a little bit here and a little bit there. These are the things that you need to get just a little bit better on every single day. Is it becoming more financially literate so you can keep more of the money that you make? Is it getting over the fear of thinking that you can't be successful? Is it stepping into becoming a more responsible person and saying, I've got to do these steps even though I don't really want to do it today. I got to get my push-ups in even though I don't feel like doing it. I got to get up and I've got to go contact my 100 people for today, even though I don't feel like talking to anybody. See, this starts telling you who you need to become, what steps you need to take. Because in order for life to change, in order for life to be different, you've got to know how it's going to be different. You got to know how that is going to affect you. Because if you want to have more money, you have to become someone that makes more money. If you want to have a better body, you got to become someone that has that better body. If you want to start putting out more videos, you got to become the person that feels comfortable in front of a camera and starts creating that pattern, that habit of making videos every single day, just a little bit. Doesn't have to be a full-length motion picture. It's just this little bit, like this conversation that we're having right now. The main thing I want you to think about and take away from this video is looking toward the future, because we're coming up on the end of our 90 days, which is both exciting and a little saddening, I gotta say. It's bittersweet, because when I undertook this project of saying I want to create a video every single day for 90 days, that was pushing outside of my comfort zone. I wasn't sure that I could do it. And now that we're almost here, I'm realizing, wow, this wasn't as difficult as I thought. But it's priming me to become the person that I need to be. It's priming me to make videos and make content more consistently. But it also shows me something else of saying, how is life going to be different for me a year from now? So looking at it as today is August the 19th. So August the 19th of 2024, how is life going to be different? Well, it's going to be different in that my content is going to start producing more people to come to me and more high-level people that have speaking engagements available, because I want to speak to their audience. It's going to change because I'm going to start realizing how to make my exciting experiential events that people are going to be flocking to, because it's going to change their lives. It's going to change their mindset. It's going to change the way that they do things and the way that they take action. I'm super excited for that. It's going to change my schedule amazingly because I'm going to be talking to new people every single day. I'm going to have new people coming into my pipeline and new people telling me every single day how my stuff, my ideas, my videos, this content has changed their life. That's what I want to have different for me. What do you want to have different for you? What's success going to look like a year from now if everything went perfectly according to plan? Because if you have that fogginess in your mind, if you're thinking, I don't know what it would look like, I think it would look a lot like this. Here's where you need to start imagining things being different. Here's where you need to take some time and journal it out. Write some ideas down of what would be amazing if you could accomplish it in a year. Don't worry about how you're going to do it. Just worry about getting it down onto paper and start reading it out loud. Start visualizing it actually happening as if it's already happened. Picture yourself and feel what life is like now after everything has worked out rather than what it is right this moment. Because as long as you can start visualizing it, as long as you can see yourself getting it, your mind will start directing you toward it. It's going to start magnetizing you to that outcome. And you can start taking action every single day, just getting a little bit better. And before you know it, bam, it's become reality because you visualized it so much. You internalized those feelings and your mind said, cool, let's go get it. And every single day, you just took an extra additional step to it because you believed that you could. So this is what I want you to take away from it. Being able to think about what life is going to be like, how it's going to be different a year from now, what you're doing, the type of lifestyle you want, what your schedule looks like, and the feelings that you have because of it. And then on top of that, I want you to start visualizing it. Every single day, visualize this. Whether it's when you get up in the morning and you're just getting ready and you're just imagining yourself being successful. Whether it's at night when you're going to sleep and you're just picturing what life is going to be like. You're just feeling those amazing feelings and you're smiling big and you're letting your subconscious mind work on it while you're sleeping. It could even be in the middle of the day when you're on your lunch hour, maybe even when you're working, doing whatever it is you do. Anytime you get, just imagine it. Imagine what life is going to be like. Imagine how it's going to be different. And the more you imagine it, the more times you do it, the more times you start taking action in that direction and making it a reality. See, every single time you imagine yourself successful, you're getting one step closer. Every time you do something that can make you more successful, you get one step closer. Every time you think about it and you reinforce that thought in your mind, you magnetize yourself just a little bit more toward that reality. And that, my friend, that's what I want for you, because that leads to a much more exciting life. So what are you going to do today? What are you going to do? You're going to imagine what life is going to be like, how it's going to be different 1 year from now. You're going to imagine all of those things that you need to do in order to become that person. You're going to imagine yourself as already having done those things and how exciting it's going to feel and how much different life is going to be for the better. I'm super excited for you. I know we're coming up on our 90 days and it's exciting because we're actually here. At the very beginning, it seemed like a long journey and you realize how fast 90 days really went by. And yet we can keep going. We can keep growing. We can keep getting better because 90 days isn't the end of it. Far from it. It's the beginning. It's the beginning of something new. It's the beginning of the future that you deserve. And it's all available for you as long as we fix our mind and we focus on exactly what it is we want. And we keep taking steps to get there and getting just a little bit better every single day. I'm super excited for you. I'm excited to give you some stats at the end. So we've got about another week and a half. And then I'm going to give you some stats on where I am. And so I'm really excited about that too. So it's going to be a huge announcement. But until then, I am excited to see you again tomorrow because I'm going to be here and I know you will be too. So until tomorrow, visualize what you want. Visualize yourself getting there just a little bit every single day and becoming that person and how life is going to be different for you. And with that in mind, you can be better equipped to take action now.